Anshuman, you're on mute.
Can you hear me now? Amazing. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to meeting number 360 of Turning Point Toastmasters Club. I am Anshuman Mishra and I'm going to be your sergeant at arms for today evening. The mission of a Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication skills and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. To ensure this, request you to follow certain ground rules. Please ensure that all your devices are on silent or switch off mode. You have 10 seconds to check. Please speak responsibly about religion, sex, and politics in your speeches. Use the feature of raising a hand, applause, and thumbs up when required. Don't use Zoom messaging in between the speeches unless it's necessary. Until not required, please put yourself on mute during the entire meeting. If you're playing a role, no need to check whether you're audible or not. One of us will let you know if your sound is coming or breaking. Please ensure that all the role players have their role name as prefix to and real name as suffix at the username of the meeting. For example, grammarian underscore Anshuman. You have 10 seconds to check if it's implemented. All right. Now I'd like to hand over the stage to our really hardworking, really passionate presiding officer of Turning Point Toastmasters who ensured that in the past 6 months, our club shined brightly and delivered on all the promised goals for each one of us. I'd like to hand over the stage to Toastmaster Utkarsh to take it away. Over to you, Toastmaster Utkarsh.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anshuman, for firstly filling in for our regular Sergeant at Arms. And secondly, I am extremely humbled for such generous words. Thank you so much. Hello and a warm, hearty welcome to one and all. I welcome you all to yet another meeting of Turning Point Toastmasters, where we gather not just to improve our communication and leadership skills, but also, and very importantly, to share insights and experiences that enrich each one of us. Today, we have a particularly intriguing theme to explore together. Life is a theater. Um, we are going to have an exciting time, and we have an exciting Toastmaster of the Day for that as well. But all of it and more. But for now, how about I acknowledge the gathering who has joined us today, especially our guests, our lovely guests who have joined us today. We are joined by Ashok Chaudhary. Hi, Ashok. Is it possible for you to switch on your camera and unmute? I think this is your second meeting with us. And if I'm not wrong, you joined a bit late, so we couldn't have your intro in the first meeting. So I request you that you tell us a little bit about yourself so that we get to know you a little bit more. Ashok, stage yours.
Okay. Firstly, I thank all of you that you have given me such a golden opportunity for me that I have been searching for long time ago. And my name is Ashok Kumar Chaudhary, and by profession, I'm a teacher. I teach mathematics, and I'm recently working in the border. I'm from UP, and I'm recently working in Bihar, where I find it difficult to find the Toastmaster club around me. And I was looking for it for a long time since I left Delhi. In the year of 2024, in the month of 23, in the month of November. And I left Delhi, and that from that time, I coordinated most of the friend and many of the friend, and finally I got this opportunity through one of my best friend Toastmaster Boni Mehra. So I would love to thank all of you once again, and to my friend Boni Mehra as well, because I can't leave joining meeting the Toastmaster Club. I was hungry for that. Thank you all of you.
Wow, the passion that you showed for Toastmasters is truly commendable, and love that you have a noble cause of teaching, and you're teaching in Bihar right now. So kudos to you for that. And most importantly, I would like to thank the Samaritan, the name of your friend that you mentioned. I forgot. I'm sorry, but thank you so much. And I'm so glad that you've connected with us and you're having a great time. And most importantly, you are enjoying it and relishing the experience. Welcome, Ashok. We welcome you wholeheartedly.
Thank
Hopefully, you have a great time today. Thank you.
you.
All right. We, of course, have our very lovely Toastmaster Diana with us, who joins us from Canada. She has been a regular guest for us for a long, long time. So I wholeheartedly welcome her as well. We also have one guest who is not just a guest, but an active participant today, who is a speaker, one of the rockstar speaker today, Toastmaster Preeti. She's from Gurgaon, where it is Toastmasters Club. And I think she has given a speech before in our, one speech in our club as well earlier. And I'm so happy to look and looking forward to her speech, because I vividly remember the speech that she gave, and she floored us all with her eloquence. And how about a request to Master Preeti to share any insight, or how has been her experience whenever she has joined Turning Point Toastmasters?
Sorry, Utkarsh, the last line. Share your experience about.
Share your insight whenever you've joined our meeting as a guest for Turning Point Toastmasters. What has been your experience so far, and probably introduce yourself a bit, so that, because a lot of people might have not known you the last time you've joined, or they might not be new, or they might be new this time. So that's why.
Okay. So thank you, guys, for having me here and giving me this opportunity once again. So last time was a real privilege. This is my second month in Toastmasters Club, and usually we have our offline meetings in GOT. So, and this is a different experience again, an online and an offline experience. And also, being and getting the chance to speak in front of a new crowd is a little bit more daunting, which is why I make it, I make a little bit of effort to join your meetings. I was supposed to be here last time, but unluckily I had to miss this because of some unavoidable work meeting that came up last moment. But I had loved it the last time, and I look forward to this meeting again. And it's lovely to be a part of this team. But before I forget again, like I would like to invite. I mean, I should have done it last time also, but I would like to invite all of you all to visit our GOT also for an offline experience. Please do come over, and I can share the meeting details with Utkarsh, who can in turn share it with all of you. We'd love to have you guys over.
Thank you so much. I love the close knit community and the family kind of environment we have as Toastmasters, and we would definitely cherish that, and we would definitely come and visit Gurgaon Oasis Toastmaster Club. Thank you so much, Preeti, for gracing us again, and we wholeheartedly welcome you and looking forward to your speech.
Thank you.
All right. In the meantime, when I was chatting with Toastmaster Preeti, we have one more guest who has joined us, Mukund. Hi, Mukund. Is it possible for you to unmute?
Yeah,
Or
hi,
and
Hi everyone.
hi, is it possible for you to switch on your camera as well? We would like to
Yeah,
put the
for
face
some
to the
time
name.
I can switch on my camera. Yes,
All right, perfect, perfect. Hi, how are you, Mukund?
I'm good. So I'm part of the ISB. Like I was leading the ISB Toastmasters Club in Hyderabad, and I moved back to Delhi NCR. And I was chatting with Anand. He mentioned that this meeting is happening, so I thought I'll join this online meeting. But also looking forward to attend offline meetings in Delhi NCR.
Wow, lovely. You got to the task really quickly as soon as you shifted to Delhi. Wonderful. I love your commitment to Toastmasters, and I welcome you wholeheartedly, Mukund. I'm sure
Sure.
you will have a great time. Do
Thank you.
participate during the impromptu section. Yeah, you have to say something. Sorry.
No, I was just saying thank you, Toastmaster Utkarsh. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and enjoy the meeting.
Thanks.
All right. Few announcements to make, folks, before I move forward. Firstly, this is very important. I'm elated to announce that we have indeed added one more member to the TPTM family in Toastmaster Sanjeeda Akhtar. She has joined us a week ago, but we couldn't do the formal welcoming last time because she joined a bit late. So how about I take this opportunity right now to formally welcome her with a huge, huge round of applause. And please help me welcoming her. Can we have a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Sangeeta? Welcome to Turning Point Toastmasters. We are supremely excited for your new journey as a Toastmaster. And Toastmaster Sangeeta, now not as a member and not as a guest, if I ask you, how has been your short stint as the member of Turning Point Toastmasters? Toastmaster Sangeeta, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hi everyone. You can hear me, right?
Yes, we can hear you, and welcome to Turning Point Toastmasters.
Yeah. So it's been an exciting journey, I would say. I am, trying to conquer my fear one by one. So taking baby steps, basically. Today I'm playing the role of tabletop master. So let's see how it goes.
Well, it's not a baby step, it's a huge stride that in your second meeting you're playing Table Topic Master, and we will be more proud and so looking forward to the way you conduct the role. Congratulations and welcome, Toastmaster Sangeeta.
Thank you.
All right. One more announcement I have to make, but for that I would have to wait for DTM Anand because it's we have to celebrate his speech. So I'll announce that probably towards the end of the meeting. So be excited of what's going to come. But one more announcement I have is that especially for the members of this club. So listen in. The executive committee elections for Turning Point Toastmasters are scheduled for the second Thursday of June, which is the 13th of June. This is a great opportunity to take leadership roles and broaden your horizon in terms of skill sets. So if you take up vice president membership, you can learn convincing and negotiation skills. If you take up vice president public relations, you learn about marketing. So there are several roles that you take as a leader, and for that, the elections will take place on the 13th of June. I request all the members of this club to please be proactive, nominate yourself, and let's have a democratic exercise that we have every 6 months. So looking forward to the elections as well. All right, all the further details about regarding the elections will be floated very, very soon. That concludes my housekeeping duties. And speaking of broadening the horizon and leadership skills, our Toastmaster of the day today has no dearth of either of it. She wears several hats and inspires us all every single day. While she is an engineer, a data scientist, a researcher, a theater artist, public speaker, and the list goes on and on. She's come up with a very intriguing theme, which is life is a theater, and she is a theater artist herself. She will tell us. She will tell us today how theater and the life that we lead has some kind of congruence or similarities with each other. And one more thing to add about her is that she recently made us proud by claiming the third spot at the division level of international speech contest. Without further ado, let's put your hands together for Toastmaster Priyanka as she takes the stage as our Toastmaster of the day. Can we have a huge round of applause for her? And let me spotlight her. Quick audio video check with you, Toastmaster Priyanka.
Hi, Utkarsh. Yeah, my
Yes.
bandwidth is low. Am I audible to you?
It's perfectly all right. Stage is all yours.
Thank you for such a wonderful introduction. I don't think any other introduction would be necessary. So, today, I come up with the concept of life. You might be familiar with this word. Isn't it a unique concept? Whichever philosopher might have introduced. Today you are an engineer, you are a student, you are a husband or a wife, or you're a person. You are at a certain stage of your life. The question is, were you the same a few years before? A decade before? Were you the same person? Well, how about I go down to your childhood? Were you exactly the same person, or did you change? Did something happen? Let's go to your childhood. When you were a child, you thought like you were entitled to get everything in your life. You want this toy, you want this chocolate, you want to do fun, you want to cry as much without even worrying with if what others might be thinking about you. But can you do that? Can you cry out loud just now if I say, I won't give you chocolate? Hey, Utkarsh, I won't give you that. You can't. Now you have changed. You are a different person. You can't. So for example, not even that. Today, at this point also, at this phase, we play a different role. If you are at home, you are different with your spouse or partner. At your friends gathering, you are different. You are joyful or you're somebody. In your office, you are an employee. Or if you have a kid, for example, you talk differently with your kid. So can you, how about we switch these roles? If you are, say, for example, the way you talk to a kid, like, oh, like this, you just pamper the kid like this. How about to talk similar way to your boss? Oh, I won't do the work. You can't do that. It will be so funny, and the next day you'll get a pink slip in your hand. Can you talk the way you give speech in Toastmasters? Can you talk like that to your partner? Can you give a long Toastmaster speech? Immediately, you'll be gone. You can't do that. So we, at this point of time, we have, based on the society expectations or based on our even personality, we are different in different zone of our life. How about we get the glimpses, get these examples by doing some certain activity? We'll have 3 sections. We'll have childhood, we'll have adolescence, and we have the current phase, what we are into. First, we'll start with the childhood. And in this activity, I would need 2 volunteers from you. Who would be interested? How about Mukund? Would you be interested to become a volunteer?
Sure.
Great. And I would like to call Ashok. Hey, Ashok. Are you there? All right. So, in this activity, you will be given 30 seconds each to speak and what you have to speak about. You'll be given a scenario. And for that scenario, you have to speak. The scenario is, Ashok, you are a maths teacher. And Mukund, I couldn't see, yeah, Mukund. Mukund, you are a student. And you are, say, in 5th standard or 6th standard. Now your job is, you haven't done your homework and you have to convince your, however, you have to convince your teacher that you haven't done your homework, so that he won't give you punishment. And Ashok is a very strict teacher, very, very strict maths teacher. He knows all his tantrum for the kids. So how you won't get convinced, how you will catch his excuses, that you have to talk about in 30 seconds. So is it clear to both of you, Mukund and Ashok?
Yeah.
So first I'll start with Mukund. Mukund, you have to talk about how you haven't done the homework, how you'll save yourself from the punishment. Timer Animesh, could you help me with 30 seconds of timer cards? Just show us in the red card once 30 seconds is up. Are you ready? Animesh?
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay. And 2 seconds.
You can ping in the chat group. It's fine. We can start the activity. I'll time up.
No, I got it.
Okay, great. Okay, Animesh is ready. So Mukund, stage is all yours.
Sir, yesterday when I was going back from school, I was catching the tempo, and in tempo, what happened was the tempo wala started fighting with a stranger and he started beating. So I got very scared and I ran away from tempo, sir. And when I reached home, I realized my parents were not there. There was no electricity. There was a lock at my home. So I had to break the lock. I went inside my home and I realized that there was no electricity, there was no food, and my parents were not there. And then I went outside, sir, and then I was so tired, I slept. And when I woke up, I still realized that my parents were not there. I kept searching for them.
You're done. And thank you. Thank you very much, Mukund. Ashok, unmute yourself, please.
Actually, I have seen many students not doing their homework, and they have many excuses. But the excuses given by Mukund is, I think, it is a little true. But Mukund, I can't bear the student who don't complete their homeworks of my subject. So you have to face the punishment that I have to give. I'm not going to forgive you for that mistake. At least you must know that Ashok sir is not going to forgive your mistake and not doing your homework.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ashok. Thank you. Give a round of applause for Mukund and Ashok, please. This is what Mukund and Ashok did. We actually have done in our childhood. We have given so many excuses. I myself have given so many excuses. So just a glimpse of our childhood, which we had. And thank you, Ashok and Mukund, for brilliantly taking it up. So now going forward, we'll talk about the Toastmaster meeting. Here also we are playing some certain roles. We are grammarian, we are accountant, and the host today. Just half an hour back, I was just a person. So let's have the whole meeting, the structure of let's start with the structure of the meeting. What we are going to do today in the meeting is we'll have some prepared speeches. Then we'll have some impromptu speeches where I request the guests to participate as much as they can. And then there will be an evaluation section where everybody of us will be evaluated. So now I'd like to call a person who I see evolve every day. The person, I think he might have joined us yesterday, I feel. And every other day, I have seen evolving him as a leader. Let us welcome the president of our club, Toastmaster Utkarsh, our general evaluator of the day, Utkarsh.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Priyanka, for such generous words. Keep them coming. I love it. Thank you so much. I don't know how much I deserve it, but nonetheless, thank you so much. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. I'm Utkarsh, and I will be the general evaluator for today's meeting. Feedback forms the core element of any Toastmaster meeting, no matter how many speeches or roles you take. But if you do not get the adequate feedback from experienced Toastmasters or from other role evaluators or from your peers, then you're not going to grow and evolve. So feedback forms a very core element of the Toastmaster meeting, and for which I am here as a general evaluator for today. I will be evaluating the entire meeting, every role player and every speaker for that matter, and how the flow of the meeting runs. And I have already started with the process. The notes are up and running. I have already started making notes for our Sergeant at Arms and our Toastmaster of the evening. And I will be presenting the entire report towards the end of the meeting. In this endeavor, in order to reduce this burden, because certainly it's not a small task, it's a Herculean task, I have been aided by several evaluators. We have two speech evaluators, Toastmaster Priyanka and DTM Anand, who will evaluate our two speakers today. And along with that, I'm also supported by three very adept auxiliary role players. They are none other than my tag team. So let's get to know them. Firstly, I have as my tech team as timer, Toastmaster Animesh, who will check the conciseness. How about I request our timer, Toastmaster Animesh, to explain his role briefly. Over to you, Toastmaster Animesh.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Utkarsh, for bringing me in. Folks, I'll be your timer for today, and as the timer, I'll be keeping track of all the timings. So, as has been informed previously, so this is where my report goes, by the way. And the timing rules for today are as follows. So prepared speeches will, both the prepared speeches are for the same project. So I'll be showing the green card and the at 5 minutes, yellow at 6 minutes, and red at 7 minutes. For table topic speeches, the green card will be shown at 1 minute, yellow at 1 minute 30 seconds, red at 2 minutes. For evaluation speeches, there's For evaluations, the timing will be 2 minutes. 2 minutes green, 2.5 minutes yellow, and 3 minutes red. Apart from these, of course, I'll also be keeping track of the timing for all the role players' final reports, and um, speakers, please note that I'll be using my virtual background to show the timings. So if you can see the way, so request the host to spotlight me whenever another speaker shows up. So with that, I'll now hand it over to the general evaluator himself, Toastmaster Kash. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Animesh. Let me spotlight myself. All right. Thank you so much for explaining it in so much detail. Thank you. Next up, we have our counter, Toastmaster Diana. She will make sure that our communication remains clear. We have clarity. There are no redundant words like these filler words or crutch words are not there. And she has been extremely diligent at her work, in her work. She's already making those notes and presenting those reports in the chat box. So please keep tuning in the chat box to see what how many crutch words that you're using, or how many filler words that you're using. She recently submitted my report of my. She's mentioned that I've used four crutch words, if I'm not wrong. So thank you so much, Diana, for doing such a diligent job, and she is our counter for today. Next up, my final role player is the grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Anshuman. He will check the English and the grammar and the pronunciation issues. How about I invite Toastmaster Anshuman to explain his role briefly and also share with us the word of the day. Toastmaster Anshuman, over to you.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Utkarsh. My duty as a grammarian today will be to note down good usages and not so good usages of the phrases and the words we use during the meeting. And my duty is also to share the word of the day to be used in our respective roles. So the word of the day today is meticulous. Meticulous means something or someone described as meticulous shows extreme or excessive care in the consideration or treatment of details. For example, Utkarsh is meticulous about keeping accurate records about Turning Point Toastmasters. I encourage all of us to use the word meticulous sincerely in our roles. And I'll be back at the end of the meeting to share my report. Over to you, Toastmaster Utkarsh.
Thank you so much, Mr. Grammarian. So that was a brief introduction of my team. I will be back with my team of evaluators during the evaluation section. Until then, I will be meticulously observing each one of you. Do well and enjoy the rest of the meeting. I now pass on the baton to our very lovely Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Priyanka.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator Utkarsh, for such a
Did we lose her?
wonderful explanation about each and every first section of the meeting that I, Maggot Mentor, reviewed and delivered to all of us. Our first speaker is Toastmaster Ravi. Toastmaster Ravi, when I got to know him, I learned that he wants. Hello. Yeah, I'm back.
Your voice is breaking off. We are losing you in between, Priyanka.
You're losing me? Okay.
In between. Like right now.
Okay.
Nonetheless, Megha, carry on. Please read out the speech objectives.
Good evening, everyone. Today, my target speaker, Ravi Bhardwaj, is on Pathway Presentation Mastery, Level 1. The objective of his speech is Introduction to Vocal Variety and Body Language. The purpose of his speech is for the member to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance his speech. I wish you all the very best, Ravi. Go ahead. Over to you.
Priyanka, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Yes, Megha just introduced this objectives. You can introduce the speaker now. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. Now I would like to call Toastmaster Ravi to give a speech on Level 1 project, Introduction to Vocal Variety and Body Language. Ravi Bharadwaj, Getting Help. Getting Help, Ravi Bharadwaj.
Hello everyone. Learning is a lifelong process. If you want to learn from your own experience, then it will take several rebirths to know the art of learning, living better. So you have to learn from others. Every learning creates some clarity in mind, but every learning creates some doubt or question in your life also. So in my life, there were many instances when I have to take decision on that learn. When I was in 10th, I have to take decision that whether I should go for medical, non-medical, commerce, or arts. How should I take the decision? How can I take that decision? The simple answer was asking help. Help from the people around me. My family members, my friends, my teacher. I asked, what should I do? I get a little bit of idea what medical is. And I get to know that it will take around 30 to 40 lakhs to do an MBA. It was never been an option. Second, for arts, there was a job crisis, so I not picked that. For commerce, I got the information that it is focused on just one or two profile that I cannot grow it. And about non-medical, if you want to become an engineer, you can become through non-medical. But let me tell you, that market is open to non-medical even if you do not want to do engineering. At that time, at that little information, I take that decision. I joined non-medical. When I was in 12th, I got the AEEE and I have to join the college. Then what college, which college or which stream I have to go? The simple answer was asking help. Help from the people around it. And that time, I would like to tell you people that the internet was expensive. That time was Orkut time and Google was not so famous. So I had to ask from the people around me. From there, I get to know, I have some questions that what is your passion? And the answer was, I do not have any passion. Which college you want to join? Or any preference of stream of? I do not have any preference. And the last question that comes that if you want to select from the college or any particular stream, college versus stream, what you will choose. And that at that time, I got advice from my senior that college is important because it can give you 4 years of experience from that. So I select a good college with the average branch of that. With that type of little information, I have taken the decision. So friends, every information give you some clarity, but create some doubt or questions in you. It cannot be clear all the doubt at one point of time. So you have to ask people around you, and that from that little information, you have to take decision. and it will make you what you are. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ravi, for a wonderful speech about taking decisions. I think the one I most need at this point of time. So I request every one of us, or every of you, to share a 1 minute of feedback with our speaker, Ravi. Timer, please help me with the time.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Timer, Toastmaster Animesh. I think our Toastmaster of the day has dropped off due to some network issues. There's some glitches at her hand. So, in her absence, all right, she's back. Over to you, Toastmaster Priyanka.
Ravi.
So, you have to introduce the second speaker now.
Okay. Is the objectives given? Delivered? No.
No.
Okay. Thank you. I'm so sorry for the technical glitches you are facing because of me. However, let's move ahead. I would like to call Toastmaster Anand to read out the objectives for Toastmasters Preeti.
Thankfully, our second speaker is also delivering the same project from Presentation Mastery. So objectives remain the same. It's around vocal variety as primary objective. However, I encourage everyone to use that 1 minute after the speech and provide your generic feedback, maybe one line of commendation, and if at all you have one recommendation, so that the speaker can have as many perspectives as possible. All the very best to our speaker. Over to you, Priyanka.
Thank you. Am I audible properly?
Preeti, I'll check. I'll check. Give me a second. So I'd like to introduce you first. So Preeti here is just not a woman. She is a super mom, I'll say. She's a mom, she's an entrepreneur, and she is a Toastmaster. These are only few roles I'm talking because of lack of time. However, she's playing multiple roles in her life. So Toastmaster Preeti, please could we have a small audio video check first?
Yes. Am I audible?
Your voice is a little slow. Could you speak louder?
Am I audible now?
Is it okay for everyone? Yeah, all right.
And am I visible clearly?
Yes, you're visible.
Okay.
Toastmaster Preeti, travel that breathes life into my soul. Travel that breathes life into my soul, Toastmaster Preeti.
Thank you, Priyanka. That was an exceptionally beautiful morning. I woke up in the most comfortable Victorian bed with plush mattress and soft pillows that were just perfect for a night of the best sleep I ever had in a long time. My eyes wandered to the huge Victorian window at the far end of the room, which was slightly draped with soft white curtains, allowing just enough subtle morning light to come in. I turned to my side and looked at my tiny little Ashira, my blessing, my joy, my daughter, She was sleeping deeply and peacefully. I got up from the bed and went to the window, pushed aside the curtains lightly, and smiled gleefully at the sight I saw. What I saw was the beautiful river Emo and a high speed rowboat racing of about 15 boats with gorgeous, shirtless men with amazing physique rowing away fiercely. I soaked in the sight completely and fully. The river was flowing just beneath my window. Standing there in my head, I had already started meticulously planning my day ahead in Florence, the beautiful and the gorgeously breathtaking city of Florence. This was the summer of 2019. We were staying in a lovely boutique hotel by the name of Ville Sole Arno. It was a small hotel, but everything there was exotic. Tastefully done interiors. It had a restaurant with an open garden, which actually had a ledge that we could sit on with our legs dangling into the river. The open garden also had a really bright red and orange colored hammock, which Ashira and me could never get enough of. Now, breakfast was hearty. There were croissants, artisanal cheese platters, Italian pizzas, the real and the original stuff, fruit bowls, desserts. There was a lot to eat. And thank God I just had one tummy, otherwise, breakfast would have been never ending for me. So that day we were set to visit the countryside, and little did we know how memorable and mesmerizing it was going to be. Our cab driver again was a local Italian, again very hot looking and easy to have a great conversation with. So usually during my travels, I make it a point to talk to all my local cab drivers because they have a lot of information on what to do, where to go, what to eat, what places to visit, in fact, what not to do also. And this particular gentleman, he explained to me the structure of families in Italy, which is more or less the same as that in India. They too have huge, big families with strong bonding and deep roots. We made our way through the countryside, which was lined with vineyards on either side, and we went to a beautiful old winery, which was actually a beautiful old castle converted into a winery. We did the customary wine tasting and purchased wines as gifts for family and friends. Now, Florence is also famous for its gelato ice creams. How could we miss that? So yeah, we each threw in 2 to 3 flavors and we enjoyed every bit of the delicious ice creams. Shopping is also a big deal in Florence, being very close to Milan, which is the OG fashion capital of the world. And I had done my research decently well to know from where to buy reasonably stuffed goods. But on the overall, Europe is definitely priced expensive than the rest of the world, where water is even more expensive than pizza. The next day, we were slated to travel to Pisa, again by road, because it's so much worthwhile to see the countryside, to see the landscape, and to take in all the exotic views. We were delighted to see the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And that night, while we sat down to dinner at about 9 p.m., we realized it was still daylight. So we were still getting used to this phenomenon of being in this part of the world where the sun sets late. The next day, I decided I needed time for myself and I wanted to explore the nearby areas of Florence on foot. So I set off on my own. I had a great day and I ended the evening having a cool glass of Tuscan beer and a great conversation with an elderly Australian gentleman I met at a beer cafe. After Florence, we were slated to visit many other countries in Europe. We had a really long itinerary, but the memories of this travel were indelibly etched in my heart and in my mind. There were many beautiful and lovely moments. So, travel for me is an escape when life sucks, or when I'm sad and I want to be happy, or when I need a break, or when I just need to de stress, or when I need to celebrate something. So, travel is something that breathes life into my soul and it rejuvenates me even more than my skincare. Another reason why I travel is because it makes me feel really humble to and makes me see life differently. To see the huge variety of human beings cohabiting this world and the immense heritage spread across the world is like a rich collection of experiences for me. I urge everyone to make travel possible in your lives as much as you can, because if not anything else, then this one thing would definitely make you thank the universe for keeping you alive. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster, TMOE.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Preeti, for a wonderful speech. And thank you for telling us about traveling. I think I love traveling. And I totally agree that traveling really rejuvenates our soul. And such a meticulously you explained the detail. I thought I was in Europe. Yeah. Please help our speaker Preeti with the feedback for 1 minute. Timer, please help me with the timer card. Meanwhile, I'll request everyone, the guests in the room, to join the group, the guest group, which Anant has shared in the chat. And I'd like to, and please cast your vote for Toastmaster Ravi and Preeti. Or Preeti. You can only choose one. And also I'd like to welcome Toastmaster Rupinder, Jaspreet, and GS, who have recently joined us. Thank you for joining. Okay, we're up. So let's get back to the theme, the life as a theater. So let's do something differently. How about we switch the roles? Okay, I'll pick the volunteers. I'd like to pick Toastmaster Rupinder and Toastmaster Megha. Are you there? Are you with me? Toastmaster Rupinder and Megha. Megha, yes. Rupinder, I think he's yes. Awesome. So let's switch the roles, which you already been doing. You are so comfortable now in your life. Rupinder, you are the wife, and Megha, you are the husband.
Oh,
And Megha, you have forgotten your anniversary. So your argument, you have to place your argument, you have to place your reaction to it. So you have 30 seconds, each one of you, to talk about it. And Animesh, please help me with the 30 seconds, with the timer card with 30 seconds. So whom should I give the stage first, husband or wife? I think wife, but the wife, Rupinder.
Honey, it's totally okay. You forgot my anniversary. As a past husband, I can totally understand what you are going through. As an immediate past husband, I can understand.
More.
And no, this is not sarcasm. This is not at all sarcasm. This is heartfelt. I know you're a husband. You're programmed to forget. And I'm programmed to remind you. I'm telling you that I'll do my best to remind you, not to nag you.
Okay, thank you very much, Rupinder. Megha?
Yeah, no, this is the reason why I married you. because I know you're so understanding. You're so, you so know me so well that I love you. No matter I forget our anniversaries, your birthday, or whatsoever, but I love you each passing day. And yes, there's no argument in that. And understanding is what marriage takes. So people here are trying to like have a fight between us, but yes, we're
I
all
know
okay with it.
vamps, right? Vamps. Seriously, vamps.
But we are all okay with it. That's all.
Thank you very much, Megha and Rupinder. Please give a round of applause. Really, just tell me, can you see such perfect husband and wife in real life? I'd like to ask the married people in the room. I really, if there are, so I totally adore them. And I like next, we will go for the next section today. That is our impromptu speeches or a table topic session. For that, I'd like to call a Toastmaster who has recently joined our club. And the fun part, I want to talk about the fun part about a Toastmaster. She can climb trees. Can anybody do that in the room? I cannot. So I'd like to call Toastmaster Sanjida to have the table topic speeches. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, greetings, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. So, I'm Sanjida, and I'll be facilitating the table topics for today. So, this section of table topic falls under the unprepared section, basically, where even the guest gets to participate. Amazing, right? So, the process is such that I call upon a speaker and and introduce a topic for you to speak. But the catch here is that you get only 1 to 2 minutes to, talk on the topic. So, does it sound challenging or doable? Well, let's find out. So, to assist you with the time, the timer will show the uh, green card at 1 minute, uh, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and at 2 minute, uh, the timer will show you the red card. You get 30 seconds of additional, buffer time to conclude your speech, basically. And if you use the word of the day meticulously, you get extra brownie points. So I suggest you to, use it as much as you can, probably. So to help our guest, I would like to call upon, or probably would ask our, Toastmasters to volunteer themselves, uh, to lead the way of success in table topics. So yeah, okay, Rupinder. I'll pick Rupinder. So Rupinder, just give me a minute. I'm sorry. So Rupinder, for you the topic is major turning point in your life. Major turning point in your life, Rupinder.
Oh, well, seeing that I'm talking in turning point Toastmasters, I mean, that was a major turning point of my life. I would say that somewhere around 17th or 18th of April 2017 was a turning point. The reason I say so is before that, we were known as Speak Toastmasters based out of Tupperware. A need was felt that we need to move this club out of Tupperware. The reason being that Tupperware had about 100 employees, and if 20 of them went in for a Toastmasters meeting, an operations manager would say that we are at 80% operational efficiency. So we moved the club out. We got a lot of pushback. I was threatened with legal consequences for taking the club out. And when we took the club out, you will not believe me, we had only 3 members on rolls. And that was in the December of 2016. 2017 March, we were up to 8 members. We were able to participate in the area contest. And by June, we were a select distinguished club. We had crossed 20 members. At that time, when I started out, getting to 20 members seemed like a distant dream. But once I did that, I was fairly confident that I can take on any challenge in my life. And speaking of challenges, I'm right now in Canada. People say you don't restart your life at 50. Well, I'm 51 and I'm restarting my life. But it all happened because of turning point, in particular, turning point Toastmasters. So that was a turning point. Madam Toastmaster.
Wow, more than 5 years in Toastmasters. I mean, I have given up. I have joined Toastmasters probably in the year 2016 or 17, and I have given up after 6 months. And that's perseverance. Plus, you know, the very fact that you have restarted again at the age of 51 gives me, or to all of us, gives us that hope to I would say I remember this quote called "Dar ke aage jeet hai." Probably I'm not sure if it's uh, if it's very relatable, but yeah, I think thank you for such inspiring table topic. So, anyone would like to volunteer from the guest?
Sanjay, like you can pick someone.
Oh, is it?
You can. I'm saying you can pick someone if nobody's
Okay.
raising hand. Yeah.
Okay. So it's like
We
a
have
fun.
guests
I'm
Ashok.
happy to volunteer.
Okay, somebody has raised a hand.
I,
Okay, can
I'm
we?
happy to volunteer.
Oh, sure, sure, Ashok. So, Ashok, for you, the topic is when did you learn that you have to help yourself before asking help for help? When did you learn that you have to help yourself before asking for help? Ashok.
Previously, am I audible?
You are, you are.
Yeah. Previously, I was very shy person and I could not talk to anyone, those who are strangers. And in the year of 2015, one of my friend came directly to me and said to me to join a multinational company. But those time I was very insecure and I could not go with him. After 1 year, he again approached me and gave me a chance to rejoin, to join again. But that time I became very septic and I could not go with him. Then he approached approached me again a third time. Then I realized that I have to take some decision that is not possible for me because I am not so confident. So before I want to take help from others, I decided to help myself. And that time I thought of to learn how to take decision. And I search a lot of things on Google so that I could make myself a better version of myself so that I could express myself. And I joined the Toastmaster, and after few days, I see that it was not cup of my tea, and I left the meeting. Again, I thought of that people were very expert in speaking, and they could speak fluently in front of so many people. And one of them, I asked him, how did you get this confident to speak so many people in front of? And he said, just keep coming and you will learn. Then I decided to join the Toastmaster. And those time when I got the opportunity to speak as a table topic master, which was open for you all. And I went there on the stage and I stuck. I could not speak a single sentence in English because my education medium was Hindi and I could not speak in English. So after that time, I take help from the Toastmasters, and they help me to help myself. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashok, for sharing your story. I think knowing where we lack is actually a strength, and that you're working on it to be a better version of yourself. Itself shows that you are actually serious about yourself. So yeah, kudos to that. Can we have hi Diana? I can see you raising your hand. So for you, I'd like to give the topic like a motto or just give me a minute. Just give me a minute, Diana.
Sanjita, just a note, time is exactly 8 p.m. So Diana will receive the topic and she will type it. So after giving her the topic, you can move on to the next speaker.
Sure. So Diana, for you, the topic is motto or quote you live by. Motto or quote you live by. So I'm sharing that in the text box. Yeah. All right. Okay. Next volunteer.
Sanjita, you can take
I can
Mukul.
go. Yeah, I can volunteer.
I can't
Go ahead,
see.
Mukund.
Anand?
No,
It's
Mukund.
Mukund.
Oh, sorry. 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 Yeah. Okay. Mukund, for you, the topic is how does your environment affect your life? How does your environment affect your life, Mukund?
Sure. So the word environment in Hindi means Paryavaran, and that means that which surrounds us. So our surroundings play a huge role in how we feel, how we act, how we think, and how we be. And I've realized this multiple times that I am my behavior, my mood, my actions are often a product of my environment. Take for example, last month I was in Japan. It's a dream country. I had gone there for an exchange, for a MBA exchange, and there, when I was studying in my college and when I was in my hostel, it was a very secluded environment. I could not meet anyone else when I was in my hostel room because it was a solitary space. And I would feel very bored. And I was wondering that why am I in Japan? Why have I come all the way over here to go through this brand? And I was feeling very sad and very hopeless. But when I was traveling, and especially when I was traveling through the countryside or through the bustling metropolitan cities of Japan, I was very happy seeing different kinds of people, seeing the flawless system of Japan, seeing that people were so meticulous in whatever they did, and how be it the trains which ran on time, be it the people who were so disciplined and who were so orderly. I was very happy. One such moment was when I visited Mount Fuji. It was the best moment of my trip in Japan. It was because of my environment. The environment was such that it was very peaceful. It was very calm, and the sight of Mount Fuji was the best. I felt that Mount Fuji was like an elder guardian of the family who was there to fascinate us and to motivate us. So I believe that our environment really changes the way we think and the way we behave. So that is why we should make it a point that we go and experience diverse environments. But at the end of the day, we should also remember that while an environment can change us and affect us, but we should not get too affected, because after all, how we are from within determines how we behave. Thank you.
Wow, that's a great one. So this reminds me of a quote which says, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger." Although I don't go by this quote, but I think in your case, it definitely, you know, probably matches. Yeah. So lack of better words, basically. Moving on. Should I?
Shall I?
Yeah, sure,
Anantya.
sure. Anand. So for you, the topic would be describe a valuable life lesson that you learned the hard way. Describe a valuable life lesson you learned the hard way, Anand.
When I was young, I distinctly recall I was probably about 7 or 8 years old, and being the eldest child among three siblings, that was a phase when I was coping with this love and undivided attention from my parents being shared now and rather diverted to the younger siblings. And there was constant feeling of being neglected or constantly cribbing or that you don't love me anymore. And I recall in one such moment, I told my mother, hey, you don't love me anymore. And I just threw up the plate, the food plate in hand on the wall, just like that. I remember how my mother used to give a free hand slapping on even small incidents. You know, being a lady who is handling three toddlers as well as a government job, things get overwhelming. But remember in that particular moment, my mother didn't hit me with her hand. She rather went silent. Realized that this was not the point, and probably I was frustrated enough on the inside. My younger psyche was so much pain that the words of wisdom or the weapons of wisdom either would not help. And this lesson that I learned that day, that when the opposite party is not at the best of their psyche, probably your usual way will not help, is now helping me with my younger one, my 3-year-old. I see when I probably cross that threshold of overindulging in rebuking or scolding, he goes silent. And he doesn't cry, but there is a tear probably on the brink of her eyelid, his eyelid. And that's the moment I recall my lesson in my childhood that I learned courtesy my mother. So that's a lesson learned the hard way from Sangeeta.
Thank you, Anand. Being the eldest child, not only in my family but also in my maternal family, I can totally relate to you. So I can feel you that way. Uh, Anyone would like to volunteer, or should I call out the names?
Sanjita, you can go for Gunjan, Jaspreet. They have not spoken at all.
I believe that it's already 8:05. Maybe we should move towards evaluation.
Okay, sure then. So that's from my side. Over to you. Yeah, over to you, Priyanka, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Tosma Sanjida, and please let us clap for Sanjida for taking this role so well and being the first timer. I I just thought that you have been Toastmaster since years and years and years. The way you deliver this to the whole toast table topic is master. So thank you very much, Sanjida, for taking us to the wonderful journey of table topics. And now we'd like to call our general evaluator to help us to evaluate each and every speaker or the role players. I would like to call Toastmasters Utkarsh. Utkarsh, over to you. Okay, meanwhile, sorry, Utkarsh, I would like to read Toastmaster Diana's speech. So Toastmaster Diana talks about her life, is living motto. She with her family, it is a bit difficult. And so without her dad passed away, it was really heartbreaking for her. Thank you very much, Diana, for sharing the story with us. Thank you very much. Now, Utkarsh, stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Priyanka, for this wonderful theme and the meeting that we are having. Thank you for leading it so well. Let's start with the final segment of our meeting, which is the evaluation section. One of the most important, if not the most important segment, and we'll begin with the speech evaluations. I'll start with speech evaluator number one, Toastmaster Megha, who is going to evaluate our speaker number one, who is Toastmaster Ravi. Toastmaster Megha, over to you.
Good evening again, everyone. First of all, the title of Toastmaster Ravi's speech was asking help, it was a last minute change, so we skipped from incorporating it. Uh, Now, I noticed that in his speech, the message that we should seek help was perfectly in line with the rest of his content. It was simple yet important message for everyone. We do face a lot of dilemma in our lives, and we should never shy from asking help. We got your point, Ravi. While giving speech, you stood up. That shows your confidence, and kudos to you for that. But having said that, I do have certain improvements, certain areas where you can improve. Like throughout your speech, you had this hand movement, your body posture, I read somewhere that this hand movement is important when it shows that you agree with what you are saying, and that shows confidence. But I felt that somewhere you could have changed it, like according, it could be in sync with what you were saying. For instance, when you said in 10th class, I faced with with a confusion of what to choose among so many streams we have. Like you could have, just say either commerce, PCM, PCB, art. You could have changed your body posture. I think it was a bit too repetitive. So we can work on that. And I also think that your speech was short, but it had a very important lesson for everyone. Which this helps each one of us in our lives that we should ask for help. But had you incorporated more vocal variety to your speech, it would have given a lasting impact. So, in summation, I like your message. I like your confidence. If you incorporate all these points in your speech, it would be more wonderful to hear you. And that's all by my side. Looking forward to hear you again, and good luck with your Toastmasters journey. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mega. Can we have a huge round of applause for our speech evaluator number 1? Let's call our speech evaluator number 2, distinguished Toastmaster Anand, who is going to evaluate this our second speaker, Toastmaster Preeti. Let's have you on stage, Toastmaster Anand.
Thank you, Utkarsh, and congratulations, Preeti. That was a job well done. The way you took us on a ride to a city which we would love to visit now, given a chance, that was a victory in itself. The way you made the place, the travel, the whole experience come alive using a vivid vocabulary, the right phrases or the detailing. It reminded me of my experience reading for the first time The God of Small Things by, I think, Arundhati Roy. And that's the same feeling that I had today while listening to your speech. A couple of standout moments for me were that description of the race, the boat race that you described in that city. I instantly recalled probably you're talking about Kerala, maybe. And that's where lies my first recommendation. You leave too much to the imagination of audience, and then audience start taking their own lines. So my suggestion number 1 would be to first set up the base, the context. Tell us about the place, the time, the people around, the characters you fill in, and we are onboarded with you in your experience. You took rather a reverse way in a more sensational approach where you described, directly jumped into the matter of the story and then slowly revealed it layer by layer. That was nice, but remember this caveat, which I just recalled, immediately shifting our minds to probably from Goa to Greece to Kerala, suddenly to Florence. That's a rather strange and fast, a hard shift. So be aware of that in your subsequent speeches. A minor tidbit, probably trifle from my end, is the backlit lighting behind you. Try to have a background which is in contrast darker than you so that the face may look brighter. If you have, if it's not widely lit, It's slightly lit, but still it is making your face appear darker in contrast. My major recommendation would be to note down on the usages of your pace. Your pitch, intonation was spot on in different moments. I feel your pace was on a steady speed. Why do I say so? Because in a few moments where I feel, take example of the race itself. The moment you're describing race, it's a live, fast action happening right in front of your eyes. So the way you describe it can also be very fast paced. While you're describing a stroll in a garden, can be a little slow paced. You also align your pacing and your pitch and your intonation, all the elements of your voice, because that's the focus area today, according to the action, the verbs, the overall experience, the visual experience you're describing is with words. So your voice, if in alignment with your facial expressions, your body language, as well as the words that you're putting in, then it becomes a wholesome experience. That being said, that was a fantastic project that you attempted today. Looking forward to definitely hear your next speech. Please deliver it over here as well so that we can hear. All the very best. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Anand. I'm sure Preeti you will pay heed to the evaluation and make amends. And thank you for your valuable feedback. Let's move on to my tag team. Let's start in the reverse order. Let's start with Mr. Grammarian Toastmaster Anshuman. I request Toastmaster Anshuman to present his grammarian report.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Utkarsh. I had a plethora of good usages and not so good usages today evening, but I could see the beautiful vocabulary we had brightened up today evening. So starting with soaked in the sight, pushed aside the curtain slightly, surroundings play a huge role, my behaviors are a result of my environment, elder guardian of the family, lesson learned the hard way, all of these phrases brightened up the evening. Not just these, many more which I could not note, but definitely thanks a lot for using appropriate vocabulary. Vocabulary is so important to land your message better. Not so good usages, which I'm sure with practice will improve in the future, include very expert should be expert, not cup of my tea should be not my cup of tea, search a lot of things on Google can be searched. And word of the day, meticulous, was also meticulously used by the role players today. Utkarsh used it once, Pri used it once, Mukund used it once. Thanks a lot. Over to you, Toastmaster Utkarsh.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anshuman, for that detailed grammarian report. I'll provide my evaluation towards the end. How about I move on? Of course, our car counter for today, Toastmaster Diana, has been on it at her job, presenting all the R's that we have mentioned, the number, the count, everything in the chat box. So everyone can check their R counter report in the chat box and see how have they progressed and how have they done so far. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Diana. Now, for now, I'll move on to our timing report. And for that, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Animesh. Toastmaster Animesh, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Utkarsh. So let me read out my timing report since it's not complete on the spreadsheet, but I have it in both places. Extremely sorry for that. But let me read out the timings that I have for now. Let's start with the prepared speeches. Toastmaster Ravi took 3 minutes and 54 seconds. Toastmaster Preeti took 6 minutes and 57 seconds. Moving on to the table topic speeches, table topic speaker 1, Toastmaster Rupinder took 2 minutes and 1 second. Table topic speaker 2 took 3 minutes and 6 seconds. Diana took 6 minutes and 11 seconds. Table topic speaker 4 took 2 minutes and took exactly 2 minutes. And finally, table topic speaker number 5 took 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Evaluator number 1, Toastmaster Megha, took 2 minutes and 26 seconds. Evaluator number 2, distinguished Toastmaster Anant, took 3 minutes and 39 seconds. And Grammarian took 1 minute and 20 seconds to present his report. And that's it from my side. Thank you very much. Over to you, Utkarsh.
Thank you so much, Mr. Timer, Toastmaster Animesh. All right, let's start with my evaluation. Brace yourself. All right, I don't think there's any kind of timing issue. We started on time. We are on track to finish on time. So there is no issue considering that we were sliding in that department since last few meetings. So very well done on the timing department. Everything is bang on time today. So no complaints there. Let's start with the Sergeant at Arms. And before I start with the role players, there's a disclaimer. I would like to mention that this is a democratic process. I will give you feedback. You can, of course, give me feedback for my evaluation or for my roles. And of course, you don't have to agree with everything. We can have a chit chat offline, and we all with this process, I hope that we all can evolve and grow. All right. So let's start with the Sergeant at Arms. I'm so proud and happy that you filled in as the Sergeant at Arms at the last moment. So I do not want to be very nitpicky. But the audio issue that we had for like first few seconds or probably 10 seconds could have been avoided since we were consistently having the audio video check with other people. Maybe I could take the blame as well. I should have done an audio video check with you as well. So that is something that could have been avoided. Apart from that, the rules were read very meticulously. No complaints there. Very well done. But I would still be greedy and say that maybe a little bit of more energy would have helped. I felt like you're there, but a little bit of more energy could have helped. All right. Next up, the presiding officer. I'm not going to evaluate myself. The floor is open. I would be receptive of any kind of feedback that you would like to give me. Moving on to our Toastmaster of the day, the very lovely Toastmaster Priyanka. I love that you took a topic that resembles you. You are a very passionate of theater, and I know that. And I love that you took that as one of your Toastmaster of the Day theme. There were several positives. I love the fact that you had several conversational elements in your script. You incorporated people to volunteer, had them do some kind of acts. Those kind of things make the meeting very lively and everyone's involved. I'm sure everyone had a very fun-filled time. They had smile on their faces throughout. So very well done on those departments. I also love the way you started the meeting, where you told that how we have evolved, how we as humans evolve over time because of our experiences and what we have gone through. So that whole the beginning that you had was also very well done. So nothing on those sort. The only issues I had were, I think they're very evident. I mean, the bandwidth issue ideally should have been avoided since you were the host of the meeting, and it kind of disrupts the flow if you go on and off. And that is something that could have been taken care of. Because I'm sure that you prepared the introductions of every role player very, very diligently. You asked me from numbers, and I know that you prepared the introductions really well, and you worked hard on the script. So and those things were affected because in majority of the bandwidth issues were during the prepared speaker section. So I believe that should have been taken care of, but I don't blame you completely for that. Along with it, I feel like apart from the role player element that you had, I feel like there should have been a lot. I feel like the theater part was still not justified, or maybe there you have a separate segment after this, so where you could mention a little bit about more theater, because maybe in my head I had a different connotation when it comes to your theme. It turned out to be different, which is fun. But I feel like the theater segment could have been justified a little bit better in that department. So that is one key takeaway from my side. Moving on to the table topic master. Wow. Okay. I was floored. Honestly, this was your debut performance as the table topic master, Toastmaster Sanjida. And you impressed everyone for that matter to the T. You were flawless. You were really confident on camera. I think this is the first time you have switched on your video. And you were very, very confident in terms of the way you spoke after the table topic was over, and the way you gave your commentary on the topic or on the speaker in general. You sounded very, very confident. Didn't feel like that you were doing it for the first time. The only issue I had was that since is a fixed template of how you go about when you do table topics, as a table topic master. I would have wished that you would have asked for an audio video check with everyone before giving them topic, because I feel like there was an issue with someone and someone really mentioned mentioned that let's have an audio video check. So that is something that you could have taken care of, that you would ask for an audio video check. Apart from that, the other thing that I could say is that I wish that the topics were a little more smaller in terms of the length, because it becomes a bit difficult to comprehend on the spot because it's an impromptu speaking. So I feel like the topics could have been a little bit smaller, and going forward, you have to be very street smart in deciding which topic to give to someone, because if you're giving a topic to someone who's very experienced, say distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder, you can choose anything. But if you're giving a topic to a relatively novice speaker or who's a guest, you have to make sure that it's a relatively easy topic and a shorter topic, that person is not very freaked out in the beginning. So these are small pointers that you have to make sure when you go forward. Otherwise, super impressed by your debut performance. Very well done, Toastmaster Sanchita. So proud of you. All right. Coming to the table topic speakers in particular. First up, we had distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder. And as soon as I heard the word turning point, I knew that how the turning point Toastmaster came into inception would be coming for sure. I had this gut feeling and it came true. You were flawless of how you narrated the whole story. Loved it. Before I move on to further table topic speakers, I have a very generic feedback for every table topic speaker, and I might be a bit biased, but I feel like this was one of the very best performance of every table topic speaker. As in, like, I feel like in totality, this was a stupendous performance, one of the best I've seen in a meeting. Every table topic speaker was top notch, like flawless. So kudos to all the 4 speakers, and of course Diana for doing it so well. All right, I didn't realize I'm timed as well, so I'll probably be in a haste as well. All right, moving on to Toastmaster Ashok. I loved that how heartfelt you were while sharing your story, and you were so heartfelt that you lost the track of time. You didn't even see the red card was already up and running for a long time. But I mean, it could be felt that how the way you personalized your story and weave the story really took the cake. So that was very well done. The only thing I feel like that you could improve in is to be a little more like expressive with your gestures, your body language. So that is something that you can work in. Apart from that, very well done. Moving on to Mukund. Oh my God. Your topic was, how does your environment affect your life? Flawless. Super. I was absolutely impressed. The content was top notch. You didn't have a filler word, any or or anything. I was super impressed. Like, it felt like I knew it. You could realize and you could feel that you have been a Toastmaster before, and so no complaints there. Very well done. The only thing I mentioned for Ashok, I feel like the gestures could be improved because the content was top notch. There's no problem with the script and everything. But the only issue I have is that you could, maybe have a little bit more gesture or vocal variety, just like we have it for a prepared speaker. If you want to go a notch higher when it comes to your table topics, I feel like vocal variety and a little bit of gestures could also go a long way. So that is one feedback for you. Distinguished Toastmaster Anand, very heartfelt, very well done. I mean, I don't have anything to add, only learnings. Thank you so much. Diana, I love that you are very meticulous and very diligent when it comes to using the word of the day. But somehow I feel like the only feedback I have for you is that sometimes you can't use the word of the day to an extent where it loses the meaning. So I feel like you should focus more on the topic sometimes and less on the word of the day. That is my feedback. Otherwise, very well done. Coming to the speech evaluators, Toastmaster Megha, you are going from strength to strength. I'm so proud of you. This was one role that you always, I think, was afraid of. You weren't sure whether you will do justice when it comes to the speech evaluations, but I think you were way above average. In fact, I would say really good when it comes to evaluation. You use the CRC approach to the T. The only feedback that I have for you is that I wish you could be much more specific when pointing out, either the commendation or the recommendation. You provide the instant. Okay, So you were talking about vocal variety or whatever the points that you were mentioning. You provide the instant. Okay, in this aspect of your speech, when you spoke this, you could have added a little more vocal variety. So be a little more specific rather than being generic. That is the only feedback I have. And coming to distinguished Toastmaster Anand, I mean, you completely justified whatever was needed in terms of the evaluations. The only thing I feel like that when it comes to the recommendations, you are very, very thorough with it. But I feel like the commendation part could have been elaborated a bit more and be a bit more specific of what she could have done, what she has done really, really well. So in the commendation part, I felt like it was a bit lacking, but the recommendations were top notch, like exactly the way it should be. All right, moving on to the tag team, Animesh, as a timer, I felt like I mean, kudos to your effort of making sure that you are, timing, you're changing your background and then highlighting and spotlighting yourself as and when needed. So full marks for the effort. I wish that because of the background change, you don't have to disappear. So that is something I felt like was a bit abrupt. So you could be there. You don't have to disappear just because of background change. Maybe I think this has feedback has already been given to you. Maybe an AI avatar of you could work there. So that is one feedback I have for you. I think there was some issue with the report that you had. You couldn't show your report. You majorly spoke. So that is something that you could taken care of. Otherwise, very well done. That is all. I do not have a feedback for Anshuman. I think the report was flawless, the way it should be. And yeah, that sums up the evaluation section. Very well done. We had a fruitful meeting. And now I'm receptive to any feedback that anyone wants to give me for my roles. And for that, now I'd like to give it back to our Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Priyanka. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Utkarsh, for meticulously explaining the evaluation so well. And one thing I have a commendation for you, that you do not make us feel bad even if we are doing something bad. So that's a really good as an evaluator. Thank you very much for being a great evaluator. And now coming back to our theme, let us conclude on some note which I have for you today. We plan a lot of things in life. We plan, we'll go at this point of time, we'll have some job, after that, we'll do this, I will do that. However, life is unpredictable. It goes off script. We write a lot to do it in a certain way, but we do not get the way we want to. However, we do not give up. We change ourselves, we adapt based on the situation, and then we move ahead. We rewrite our story. So every one of us, let us keep rewriting our story the way we are doing it right now, and do not give up. That is the only message which I have for you. And I'd like to hand over the stage to our presiding officer of the day with that note, Toastmaster Utkarsh again.
All right. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Priyanka. Can we have a huge round of applause for our host of the meeting? I mean, she did a fabulous job. I have had a lot of heaps of praises a while ago. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Priyanka. I would also like to congratulate Toastmaster Preeti for delivering a wonderful speech today. And as a presiding officer, it's time for me to launch some polls right away. How about I start with the table topic speaker? I request everyone to cast their votes. All right. So we just had 5 speakers today. And in the meantime, I'm taking feedback. I am going to take some valuable feedback from our guests. How about I start with Mukund? Hi, Mukund.
Yeah, hi, Toastmaster Utkarsh.
Hi. If I ask you, how was your experience joining Turning Point Toastmaster for the first time, and any feedback for us, any valuable areas of recommendation that you would like to give us?
No, I would say I really enjoyed the meeting. The best part which I felt was that everyone played their roles very well, and there was every role. So in fact, when I was presiding over ISB Toastmasters last year, many times what we realized was that there were many people who were not present, or many role players were not present. So that way, it was also a very good experience for me to see how everything was run. And the best part was that I liked about you, Toastmaster, was that You gave a very comprehensive feedback towards the end, and you were smiling and you were encouraging everyone. And it was great to see everyone participate and all the rules being there. And hoping to attend more meetings in the future.
Thank you so much for such kind words, and we urge you to come more often. And we love that you came and graced us with your presence. Thank you so much, Mukund. Um, I would also now like to launch a poll for best role player. I request everyone to cast their votes. You have 10 to 15 seconds for the same. How about I take feedback from Ashok? Hi, Ashok. This was your second meeting with us. You are so excited to as a Toastmaster to join our meeting. So tell us how much experience today. You are on mute, Ashok.
Really, the meeting was amazing, and I am very excited to be the part of this Toastmaster Club. And as I have already told all of you that I can't live without Toastmaster meeting, where this is the place where my hunger satisfied. So really amazing. All the members and guests were doing well, and I have many things to learn from all of you. So thank you, and I'm very pleased and I'm very happy to join this meeting.
Thank you, Ashok. And it shows that how honest you are when it comes to liking Toastmaster meeting. It shows on your face, the way you speak, the way you deliver your table topic. And I think you were the first one who joined the meeting when the meeting was open. So the actions kind of are in sync with what you're saying, and I just love and get inspired by how your passion is for Toastmasters in general. Thank you so much for inspiring me and everyone here. Thank you, Ashok.
Thank you.
All right. I think Diana has something to say. So for Diana says that I felt like with the hard work that I'm putting with the R counter, it was indeed worthwhile, and I loved the meeting. It was awesome. Thank you for inviting me, and I loved it. Thank you so much, Diana, for such kind words. We truly appreciate it, and we love that you keep coming to our meetings, and we love your presence always. And thank you for working so hard and making sure that we improve and our communication becomes more clear and taking up a role today. Thank you so much, Diana. All right, next up, I would like to launch the poll for the best speech evaluator. I request everyone to cast their votes. In the meantime, I'm going to take feedback from a member from our sister club, Spirit Toastmasters, Jaspreet. Hi, Jaspreet. You have not spoken in this meeting, which is a rarity, so I request you to please provide us with the feedback.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are. Over to you.
Forgive me, I came late and I wasn't able to see everything, but whatever I saw, it was absolutely amazing and excellent. And your evaluation was really top notch.
Thank you for such kind words, Jaspreet. And I always you always inspire me by the enthusiasm you show when it comes to the regularity that you have for the Toastmasters meeting. And thank you so much for always being there and making your presence felt and always being inspired. Thank you so much. All right. Last we have is for the best auxiliary role player. I request everyone to cast their votes. They have 15 to 20 seconds for the same as well. Last up, I want to take feedback from our speaker number 2, Toastmaster Preeti, who has joined as a member of an external Toastmaster, which is Gurgaon Ultras Toastmaster Club. And this is her second time in attending a Turning Point Toastmasters meeting. So I would like to ask how has her experience evolved and any kind of feedback that she would like to give us. Toastmaster Preeti.
Thank you again, Utkarsh. I think this has almost started feeling like my second home club. It's getting a little comfortable and nice and warm to be here. And also getting to know newer members is a really nice feeling because sometimes it is always not just about going and delivering a speech. It is also about connecting with people and getting to know more people and listening to newer points of views and listening to newer ideas. So I'm really amazed at the kind of creative ideas people put out in the table topics. It's very pleasant to hear, and it's always very eye opening. You realize and you get to know a lot of creative thoughts. So it is really nice, and the feedback for every speaker and for every table topic speaker, I really appreciate the quality and the kind of feedback. Um, and it's always a pleasure to be here. So I have really liked it. The meeting was really smooth and very well organized, like the previous time. So I have really enjoyed this meeting. Thank you.
Wow, I'm truly ecstatic. Such wonderful words, such kind words coming from a member of an esteemed club such as Gurgaon Oriental Toastmasters Club. Thank you so much, Preeti. I truly, truly appreciate, and I love the fact that you have enjoyed our meeting and love the quality of the meeting and had a wonderful time. Thank you so much, Preeti. Thank you so much. All right. Before I move on to the much awaited results, I have an important announcement to make, and this is huge. All right. So I request everyone to pay heed to it. And special attention, everyone. One of our very own distinguished Toastmaster, Anand Tatyari, has recently made us swell with pride as he has given a TED talk on struggles of nomadic tribes in India. And if you're not aware, well, just yes, keep the applause flowing. This is huge. This is big. He's been a TED Talk speaker now, so we have a TED Talk speaker among us. Sorry for that tongue twister. Is Anand here, by the way? He's here. All right, he's here. Perfect. So, just to give you a context, well, if you're not aware, distinguished Toastmaster Anand runs an NGO named Mukti Dara, which works for several social causes. One of which is the empowerment of tribal community. And of course, we should all tune in and listen to the TED Talk of where he talks about the struggles of the nomadic tribes and how his NGO has worked along with those lines. And the link to that talk will be shared in the chat box right away. And congratulations, distinguished Toastmaster Anand. We are supremely proud of you. Anything that you have to say right now, the stage is yours.
I think this platform has given me all the tools and techniques to reach that level. And the only reason probably this happened because I did not run towards it. It rather came to me. I reached at that level of engagement in social causes as well as the networking, thanks to all of you and many more Toastmasters in this community, that the right word reached the right ears. And that's how it happened. So keep working. Every week, the time spent in a meeting is a time well invested that builds your stamina as well as your competency. So do not be a passive speaker or passive attendee in any meeting. Attend it regularly and attend it with a purpose that this is the role I'm trying to master today, or rather look at someone else and imbibe what best practices they are having. You don't know when, where, somehow stars may align and it may come handy for you. So keep it up. Thank you so much for the honor, Utkarsh and team.
Thank you so much, and we should all take cue from what he said. He said something very profound that we should just focus on our intentions and actions. Do not worry about the culmination of results. He never thought that he would give a TED talk, but it came through because of his intents and actions. So something to learn for everyone as a takeaway. Congratulations, distinguished Toastmaster Anand. Huge round of applause for such a great feat and making our club proud. Thank you so much. All right, let's start with the much awaited results. How about I start with the best auxiliary role player? So between Timer Animesh, our counter Diana, and Ramarian Anshuman, and the winner is the most hardworking, the most vivacious Toastmaster Diana, our counter today. She has won. Congratulations, Diana. And a certificate is due. I will definitely share a certificate over a mail. Thank you so much, Diana. Congratulations. All right. Next up is for the best table topic speaker. All right. This was a close fight. I mean, everyone received a vote, so it's a fair share. But by a whisker of margin, the winner is the very lovely, the one who we just talked about, and distinguished Toastmaster Anand. Can we have a huge round of applause for him? Very well done. All right. Next up is for the best prepared speaker. The best prepared speaker was pretty much a unanimous call, and the best prepared speaker for today is speaker number 2, Toastmaster Preeti. Huge congratulations for you, Toastmaster Preeti. I mean, we don't I don't think we have time for the acceptance speech, so just accept your award right away. All right. You have something to add, Toastmaster Preeti?
No, just thank you. I'm very grateful for this, and this is my first award, and that too. Sorry, I was on mute. Sorry. So I'm going to repeat all of that. I said this is really special because this is my first award in Toastmasters, and this is also outside my home club. So, and this makes it really special. I'm going to be showing it off in my home club. So, thank you so much.
Thank you. A certificate is definitely due. We'll share it with you in due time. Thank you so much. All right. Next up is for the best speech evaluator. A best speech evaluator was a unanimous call again, and it is speech evaluator number 2, distinguished Toastmaster Anand. Awards are flowing and raining for Toastmaster Anand. Congratulations to you. Very well done. All right. Finally, for the best role player, the big one. So it was a fight between TMOD Priyanka, G, myself, and TTM Sanjita, and I am so thrilled, and it swells me with pride to announce that the winner for this award is our debutant who has beaten two relatively experienced Toastmasters. It is Toastmaster Sanjita. Congratulations, very well done. You have won on your debut. This shows the hard work that you're putting in just 2 weeks, and so proud and so looking forward to your journey moving ahead. Congratulations, Sanjita. All right, that wraps up the entire meeting. This concludes the form.